I didn't really prepare much of a speech. I kind of just wing it when I have the occasional Hall of Fame induction. First, I just want to give my best well wishes and get well soon to as of 12 seconds ago, fellow Pepperdine Hall of Fame member Craig Buck, who had a bad bike accident and is in the hospital right now. So get well, Craig. Probably, no offense to Jeff Nygaard and Brett Winslow here, but probably the greatest middle blocker in the history of USA volleyball and Pepperdine alum. So get well soon, Biggie. I know everyone's rooting for you. I guess I just want to go down the line and thank the people who are most important to me. If I leave you out, doesn't mean you're not important. You know, some people. Oh, also, I know I'm a little underdressed. To paraphrase a bad 50s song, it's my party and I'll wear what I want to. So, luckily, Lee LeGrand even dressed less than me to make me look good, so thank you, Lee. I appreciate that. Always takes one for the team. But first of all, of course, I want to thank my parents, who were always incredibly supportive, never made me play anything, just supported whatever I wanted to play. Just kind of had one rule and one rule only, and you gotta imagine it's coming from a very thick Wisconsin accent that my mother has. You know, I had some bad coaches early in my career in football and baseball, and if I wanted to quit, my mom would say, "No, we have one rule. It's like, if you don't want to play next year, that's fine, but we do not quit. You made a commitment to this team, and you're going to play for the entire year." And, you know, I hated it at the time, but in hindsight, it's probably one of the best life lessons I ever got. You know, I played with some guys who their first answer was quitting to everything, and I think it's very important not to quit and to persevere and make it through all the way. So thank you for that, Mom and Dad. I love you lots, and thank you for coming. And, yeah. We had to miss the end of the Packer game to come here in time, just so you know. So that was difficult for us. I want to thank Coach Sorensen, who's my high school volleyball coach, who was the guy who got me started on the road, meant a lot to me. I've finally forgiven him for letting me play for the first 3 years with backwards footwork. So I had to work through that. It took me about 20 years to forgive him, but I appreciate everything you've done for me, and I'm so glad you're here to share this with me because you mean a ton to me. And I probably don't tell you enough. I tell him this probably every time I see him, but I played for 2 Olympic coaches. I call Marv because everyone calls Marv. I played for Doug Beal. I call him Doug. I still call him Coach to this day. So I've tried to call him Gary, and it just does not come. It doesn't feel right calling him Gary. So he'll always be Coach to me no matter what. So I appreciate you. I just want to say I'm very, very humbled to be here. It's you know, I got an email from the girl at the graphic asking me about some of my accomplishments. She gave me a list of questions, and one of the ones, like, when you reflect back on your records, what do you think? And I wrote back to her, I was like, I never really reflect back on my records. You know, like, part of it was probably because George Romaine broke my records, so I think he's around here somewhere. But those aren't the things that I remember about being at Pepperdine. I remember running the law school hill. I remember the coach on ones. I remember running the sand dunes. I remember beating UCLA 15-0 in this gym. Jeff, you remember that one? I remember winning the national championship. I won't say Ryan Moose's name right now because he'd be offended by that. But mostly I remember playing with the guys. I just remember how proud I was to sign my scholarship to come play here. I remember 1989, when I was being recruited as a kid from Wisconsin, I didn't know if I had what it took to be a volleyball player. Like, at that time, California was the volleyball center of the world, and still probably is the center. The majority of people play from here, but at that time, not many kids came from Wisconsin to come play out in the West Coast. And I'll never forget, like, when I talked to Marv for the first time on the phone, and I kind of brought up that question. He's like, "Yeah, but you know, I'm from Wisconsin. Do you think I can come out there and play?" And his answer to me was, "It's not where you are, it's who you are." And that's a line that's stuck to me this day. Like, anytime I meet kids from outside of California, I try to, you know, reiterate that to them. It's not where you are, it's who you are. And I guess mostly for this award, I should thank Marv. one of the greatest honors of my life was playing here for 4 years, being a Wave. So, dang it, Mom, you're gonna make me cry. But playing for Mar for 4 years, probably the best 4 years of my life. And winning that 92 national championship was pretty special. It's something, I planned on doing, but I didn't know it was actually gonna happen. So I'm blessed to be here. And I want to apologize to Lee and Chip, who are here. They were both my roommates. And I was a little bit messy to be lying. I was a little bit messy. I was a lot bit messy. So I know I wasn't the greatest roommate, but I hope you guys always thought of me as a great teammate. So thank you guys for everything. This means more to me than anyone will ever know. Let's go Waves.